pasture out here is where the steers were previously. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the hens out onto this and let them go to work on the cow patties and stuff and spread that around and see if there's anything else out here that they might like. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. All right, just one last capture of the image of this area after intensive cow and chicken attention. So we'll check back in a month or so and see how it's looking. Coming over to see what I'm doing over here. Yeah, you are about to meet hens and one rooster. Yeah, they're now a farm family. Wait till you meet them. It's gonna be great. Okay, coop is positioned and blocked in. Feed is out. I've gone around and sprinkled all the meadow muffins, put some sprinkles on them all. There's a bunch of them out here, which is good. There's clearly lots of other types of insects in the grass the chickens are gonna dig on. Look at that, another one. And these spider webs are such a good sign for the health of the pasture. All right, let's let the girls out. My audience has moved away, but they'll come back. Oh, this is so cool. I got steers next to chickens, man. Chickens are following the steers. So that's going to spread out the steers' manure to do a better job of fertilizing the entire area. Very awesome. Just love looking at this. I can't believe that like 2 years ago when we moved on this property, just over 2 years ago now, it was all like that area out in there. It was all brambles and thorns and small trees and just chaos. And now look at it. Look at this. This is what putting animals on your land does for them. Oh, so good. Here's what the meadow muffins look like after the chickens get done with them. Everything is scratched out and spread around. Nothing left of it. Doing their job. Well, this is a sight. Steers, turkeys, chickens. Cows groom each other? Or is some just on his face that's tasty? Well, it kind of looks like grooming. Got some new residents here on the farm. I don't want to get any closer than this because they're here for their first day. So they're a little active. Several hives of honeybees. And that was the interest of the lady who bought the property next to us. And so we said she can put them inside the fence line to protect them from the wildlife. And there they are. How cool is that? New pasture set up this morning. Brought this side even closer. I'm setting up a new waterer there and I'll move their pen over here for tonight. You got all this, but they've been eyeballing this. Boy, they can run right over. You've never seen how a cow does it. The tongue comes out and wraps around the grass and they pull it into their mouth. He's kind of swishing in a circular motion. Have to see when they got their noses buried in the tall grass. One thing that's interesting is that this was where the burn pile was. So this area has recently had fire recently. Obviously long enough ago that the grass will grow. But it's growing into something they like. And boy, they came running right over today. Can you hear that? Or they are munching and crunching on that grass. Well, I don't expect that's going to be here for very long. All right, so what else am I going to do? I'm going to move the hens again. I'm going to pull them this way a length so that they're in an area the cows were before. You guys feeling pretty good? You look good. They're loving their morning. They're so big. You should feel the thunder in your chest when they're running. Boy, no joke though, they get away from me ever, that's gonna be a heck of a thing to try and bring them in. I'm gonna get the heads moved over here. Then maybe get on with some feathers. Oh, sun's coming up over there, that's nice. Come right up over the tree. This is why you gotta get these perfectly level. Obviously mine was not, so it tips to the front. So I got a little waterfall in the front there, but Sir Moose-a-lot here will very clearly work that out for me. I just turned off the hose and we'll let him drink it down. Oh, what's got your attention? Oh, does this have your attention? Yes, it does. You're most curious. That is a cat. I'm gonna need to pull that out of there, aren't I? That's a cat. You're a cat. I'm not calling you, I'm calling the cat. Well, we got that hurricane coming. Most recent tracks have it pushing a little further west, so I think we're gonna get a lot of rain because we're on the east side of the storm, and that's typically the side that gives you a bit more trouble. But I think we're gonna be okay. But nonetheless though, I'll take a little bit of time today to do some prep at the main house for where we put the generator in the event that we need to run the place on generator power. I don't have a covered, sheltered spot for the generator right now. And I'd like to have that just to keep the elements off the generator while in operation. And so that'll be on the back of the house. Let me show you. So there's the plug-in port for power to the house. Here's the back steps, but you can see there's nothing else out here to provide cover in the event that, the rain is coming down really hard and we need the generator. My plan then is I have some old roofing material, and I'm going to put that up underneath the landing portion here, and it shouldn't be that complicated of an issue. All right, back to the excess pile of stuff, and there's what I'm looking for. Got a couple pieces of material back there. Yep, that'll work. All right, so here's what I got for a piece of metal. And so I think I'll put the furring strip on that edge so it angles down that way, and I'll put the leading piece here, and we'll drain the water off that way towards the trash can. Is it me, or am I the only one? Right, I reach a point where I know I should ask for help. It would make this so much easier. And instead I just double down and I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I could do this. I could do it. And there it is, final solution. And it's all gonna drain down and go out the other side. And that's just fine. So that's got it. And I'm very pleased with that. That didn't take that long, and it wasn't a difficult project. What I'll do is later on, I'll pre-position the generator underneath here, probably this evening. We're not supposed to, we had rain and thunderstorms last night. We're not supposed to get more today until about 7 p.m. So I'll pre-position late this afternoon. I won't put new gas in it yet. Just because, once you put it in there, it's in there. And if you don't need it, but once or twice a year, that gas gets stale and it'll affect the way the generator runs. So I've got a little bit of fuel in there now. I'll just leave it. And then if things go south, I'll keep a container of fuel nearby and gas it up at that time. So I spent some time today trying to clear up yard and then the pasture area where both the cows, where the steers and the chickens have been. And I cut that back in anticipation of the hurricane, which is supposed to be here on Wednesday. So I just figured, you know, if it's gonna get soaked, it might as well have plenty of room to grow. So that's my master plan there. I don't know if that's gonna work or anything, but that's what I've been doing, man. So we got really no more progress on the fence, but the bees are here, and that's one of the reasons I didn't go out there too much. It's just to give them a little time to calm down and find their rhythm, and then doing a lot of ground prep, moving the steers and chickens around, trying to figure out a battle rhythm there and figure out how much space they're going to need. It's a high learning curve, but I'm enjoying it. So I think that's going to do it from here. We'll talk to you guys later.